Hey everyone, welcome back to more Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector. I'm DisturbingPuppet. So today we are continuing to play as the Imperial Guard. So these guys are relatively new to me, haven't played much. We're up to 2,000 points now, so we have a 2,000 point army. This is the modified version that comes with the DLC. I've got a army that I built at 2,000 points that I think is better. This one is much more infantry focused, and it does feel like the Imperial Guard infantry are a bit fiddly, so we'll see how this goes. So to start off, we have a Cadian Castellan. We do have the upgraded plasma pistol and the power fist. Very cheap on this character, probably because they're fairly squishy. As a character, the bonus that is given to our infantry is plus 10 accuracy and plus 1 damage, which is okay. I think I like the health better that the Commissar gives, but I think we can only get one bonus. We've got an ability to give a unit extra movement. We also have the ability to reduce the armor and evasion of an enemy. Range is only 5 tiles. That is pretty short. We'll see how that goes. We've got the Commissar again. We're going to be trying out Premier Psyker. The Psyker has a few okay abilities. Night Shroud is decent. Immune to melee zones of control, Overwatch, can't be suppressed, extra evasion, prevents reaction attacks, expires in 1 turn. So if you had a melee unit that you really want to rush in or possibly do some scouting with, I guess, you could do that on them, would be quite nice. Range is 2, so you have to be near the Psyker. Not sure how useful that'll be with this army, but we'll see how it goes. We've got a reduced movement accuracy for a couple turns on a unit, which is not bad. What's the range on that, though? 7 tiles. Actually, that's pretty good. Psychic Maelstrom. So this one creates a Psychic Storm, slows enemies within the area by 1. Any enemy still caught in the storm at the end of the turn takes 30 damage. It doesn't show me a range, though, which I'm kind of curious about. We're going to be trying out a couple Ogryn. I have a bit more positive feel for the Ogryn here. Ogryn's armor piercing is not great. They do shoot a lot, do have some splash damage. They do have the bayonets, so we can get in close and tear stuff up. For heavily armored targets, it's probably the way to go. So maybe that Night Shroud ability using on the Ogryns. The Ogryns have increased graze chance, which is cool. They can charge through units, and we can also use them to protect our characters, which is interesting. Kind of my additional idea with them was to use them as bodyguards, but we might want to use them to get in close and kill stuff. So we've got a couple of the Cascarin. So these, I think, Tempest the Scion, basically. We've got 2 that have the basic guns, which are the Hotshot las guns, and they, of course, have the Meltamines. Not sure how useful that's going to be, because I'm not sure if we can deploy it directly onto a tank and do damage. And then we've got one that has the volley guns. So the difference being basically... So the range is further as optimal for here for the volley guns. Accuracy is less. Damage is that the same? Yeah, 3 to 5, 3 armor piercing, 3 armor piercing, 3 to 5. So really just these are a bit better for range shots, but their base accuracy is less. So, whatever. Do we shoot more? We've got to shoot more with this, right? 3 to 5. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about multiple shots. We can do overcharge attacks, though. Plus 2 shots, plus 1 armor piercing. Get overheated, so a number of shots of future attacks by minus 20% per stack. I'm assuming those go away within a turn. Maybe you can just keep doing it over and over again, but it seems kind of odd. We've got 2 of the heavy weapon squads. We've upgraded to the las guns. We have 2 sentinels that have upgraded to the plasma guns. Then we've got a whole slew of basic infantry. Most of them just have the basic rifles. I do have 1 that has the bayonets on them instead, and then we've got 2 chimeras, basic chimeras running the flamers, nothing special. So the upgrades I think I made were to get these guys to las cannons, putting plasma guns on the sentinels, and I might have dropped some basic infantry, something like that. I think I also upgraded to the plasma pistol and the power fist here. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure that's really necessary, but it's really cheap to do, so just kind of fit in for the points. So we're going to play against the Marines today, which is kind of what we've been doing. So we're just going to run through fighting the Blood Angels, and we'll work on to the Tyranids and kind of so forth, going through all the different factions. That's the plan anyway. So we'll do an Exterminatus, just like normal, just fighting to the death. I do like quite a few of the other game modes as well. Just having the objectives to go after and stuff is kind of cool. So we're doing 2,000 points. We're going to play you guys. So that's the correct army. For you, we're going to pick an army. Since my armies are probably better than anything it's going to come up with itself, this is a pretty reasonable force. We can just do that. Yeah, a pretty good mixed force. They've got some good attack. We'll see how it goes. As far as our map goes, Imperial Ruins isn't awful. We want something kind of medium-y sized. I haven't really looked at many of the fan-created maps. I feel like there probably are some good ones. This one's kind of odd in the way it funnels you in. Yeah, let's just do Isle of Tithes and go in. Although the lighting isn't that great on this map. So yeah, I feel like the infantry are a bit funny, the way they work with the bonuses with the characters. And I kind of feel like it really at higher point values, you're probably just going to like tank spam Imperial Guard anyway, so why focus on all the infantry abilities? Like the infantry are just so squishy that I don't know if they're really worth it. I feel like at a higher point value, you're just going to throw them in to just kind of fill out point losses that you can't fill with vehicles, and that's really about it. Why bother taking infantry? I mean, like maybe a character for some cool abilities, but I don't really feel like the abilities are that useful. The abilities don't extend to vehicles, they're only to infantry, so I don't know. That's just how I feel. All right, so this map, what we probably want to do is we've got a bit of an opening there, otherwise we've got to go here or around. So we probably want to set up the heavy weapon squad and a chimera, run them up and maybe dump them off up here. And then we could maybe have the commissars stay with them while the other infantry move up. We could put some other basic infantry in the other chimera and run it up. But yeah, I feel like that's probably the way to go. All right. Now we can't start with any units in transports as far as I can tell, which is unfortunate. But we want to have things set so we're good to go on that front. We could send a few people over to the side. So I will probably send you. We're going to go Chimera. We're going to have the heavy weapon squads over so we can load them up inside, like immediately. We could send the Psyker in there too. I think we can fit the 2 and a character in there without a problem. Oh no, we can't. We can only put 2 units. Never mind. Yeah, so we'll do that. We then have the other access point here that's pretty narrow. We could move in behind here. We probably want to try to rush over here. So we will take the Sentinel. I'm going to move you back. We'll have you. And then I want to put... Yeah, let's... How many guys? 5. Okay, so we can actually get 2 full squads of these guys. There's a limit on models inside the Chimera at 11. So we can only put like 1 of these basic dudes inside, and that's it. But we can actually put 2 of these Cascarin in. So we'll put you guys in there to load up and fire off. We could also transport Ogryn. That's a tempting thought as well. That is an interesting idea. I do like that. You know what? Let's do that. Let's throw Ogryn spam at this problem. We can get both Ogryn in. We can head up quickly. I'd like an officer in that area, so how about we'll send the commissar. I mean, commissars and Ogryns go together. That, seems appropriate to me. How about, let's just swap you guys. Okay, so we'll plan with that. We'll plan with that. We can funnel some infantry through here. And I think what we want to do, let's have the expendable guys up front. We'll have the Cascarin behind. So we'll send the Cascarin off right. Got to zoom way out here to actually move stuff around. And my last Cascarin are there. I might call them Tempesta Scions. I might call them other stuff, depending on how things go. Let's just throw a bunch more infantry into the mess. Let's take the Castellan over here as well. And I might even throw the Psyker in that group. And then with you guys, you've got the bayonets. We could kind of follow up behind here, I think. That would be fine. I probably want the bayonets in the front. So let's do this, just so you're there. So we'll have a few Ogryn and stuff will run up that way. Do a little scouting. We'll try to get these guys up and set, and the infantry can also go in there, and then these guys will go up in that direction. That's kind of the plan, I think. So, Castellan, Psyker over. Alrighty. We'll see how that goes. We don't want to advance too much. I feel like we're just going to get torn apart.
As long as I draw breath, Cadia stands.
Funny you should mention that. So, yeah, come down here, take a look at our guys. So, the plasma gun on there. So, our Kaskrin guys do look pretty cool. Is that Kaskrin? Kasserkin? Karskin? That's not Karskin. It's Kasserkin or Kaskrin. Anyway, we'll load those guys up. Let's take a look at our Ogryn here on the ground as well. Suitably big and beefy. I'll be very upset if now I can't put them in a transport. We'll see how it goes. You know, there's always stuff like that. Oh, I can't put you in the transport, looks like. That's disappointing. I don't have a way to do that. All right, well, that sucks. Okay, change of plans then. We do have the Commissar with you. So we might as well, we can run some guys over. As long as I get the Ogryn out of the way, we can still do it. All right, well, first of all, we're not in a position where we have to worry about getting like shot at right away, most likely. We should have the first turn we can just kind of push up and not have to worry about overwatching and stuff.
We've got your firepower.
Let's get you loaded up.
Pack it up and let's move.
All right. Transport ready. Let's go ahead and fly on up. Next turn we can just dump them off and move on in. Decent vision from there, so that's fine. Actually, can we dump them off now? Looks like I can. I guess. Why not? So we can get in and out in the same turn, so you can actually make some pretty good moves then. So we can advance some units up awfully quickly. All the las cannons here, what's your range? Optimal is 5. Okay, that's not awful.
On it.
All right, so we have them almost deployed where we want them. A couple of you guys are going to go that way.
Awaiting your orders.
Let's have my bayonet guys move up.
Lining up, sir.
You two can go into the transport, I think is going to be the plan. All right, kind of need to get out of the way. So let's just step over here for a minute. Run on over, get in the transport. Not that you're going to be super useful, honestly. Your basic infantry. Yeah, my initial plan of having the Kaskrin in probably would have been the better option. Oh, you can't reach. All right, we can only get one in. That's right. Just because there's so many guys in a squad. Okay, let's go there.
Moving to the battle line.
So let's go ahead and haul butt on up here. Well, we can move units pretty quickly with the Chimeras, and the Chimeras actually aren't that weak. We haven't really faced any super tough enemies, though, yet, that are going to hit really hard, like the Tau. So we'll see how that goes once we encounter them. Just run on out. Then we'll just follow up with you guys. And I think having the basic guys in front is our way to go. So you
What
can be
next,
our
sir?
cannon fodder.
Lining up, sir.
With precision. Where do you need us, sir?
As long as I draw breath,
Get the Castellan in
Cadia
there.
stands.
Get our Psyker over there. Alright, so overall, we have a pretty big force here moving up. We don't want to push too far. If we can get out, maybe about here, just kind of watching the stairs. I don't think we want to push too much. Stuff could be coming from here, hanging out up here, shooting at us, or coming down. And jumping in on us as well, which is what the Marines tend to like to do. How far can you make it? Not super far, honestly.
Victory through discipline.
Let's have the Commissar run in there first.
What you want? Running.
Not sure if that's going to count as being adjacent there for our bonus. From the Commissar. We'll see how it goes. What's your optimal range on these? 3... Is it 3? 2. 1 to 4, 2... Yeah, like big super shotguns, basically. I'm not really that concerned.
Are beyond your understanding.
I mean, you can't even Overwatch, so that's fine. So we have a few Overwatches here and there we could do, but none of them are really going to be that useful. So I'm just going to end turn and just mass Overwatch. That's fine.
Waiting.
We shouldn't see anything at this point, so it should be fine. Now, I might be splitting up more than I need to, but this map kind of forces me to split up. So that's part of it, part of why I'm doing what I'm
There's
doing.
more of them?
Quarry spotted.
We might see some of the faster units this turn,
Target
but I don't think anyone's
spotted.
going to shoot at us. Okay, so we have some indications, but nothing crazy. So these guys should be all getting an accuracy and damage bonus. And then over here, hopefully... Okay, we are getting some bonuses. Okay, so it does apply. His does apply to the Chimera. That's odd. I thought it was only infantry. So maybe I might have to rethink things if they can actually get it. So they're a vehicle. So I wonder if we can get the accuracy damage bonus to other vehicles. That might be a reason that I thought it was only infantry. I could be wrong. I have to look at that again. Anyway, first things first. I'm gonna move up my las cannon guys here. We'll go ahead and take some actions here first, at least with the scouts, and then kind of see what we want to do. We could use my Chimera here as a bit of a scout, too.
Armored Sentinel, ready.
Because we can get pretty far out here. Let's head on up with you. They're kind of freaking out on the edge there. I might have to, like, zoom it. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, they're absolutely freaking out. Terrified, apparently. That's kind of an odd... Okay, they stabilized eventually, but that's kind of an odd little bug, little visual glitch there. They're going to be stable now? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Alright. I'm not going to have my guys deploy. There is a little bit of cover here, but there's really nothing that good, so we'll just kind of hang out. 4 is optimal, but I can shoot pretty far. How far is 4? Let's push it to like 5-ish. The optimal on the plasma gun is also a 4. So let's kind of stagger our way in here. Just kind of keep an eye on things. Even though I've given the Overwatch, if we do spot enemies, I could change my mind and shoot stuff. But if we're not seeing anything here, we're not going to see anything. So 4 would be there. We'll push it out a little further too. How far can you guys get? So we can get into there. So
Victory
I could
through
push
discipline.
forward, but I think I'm just going to go there with the Commissar. Alright, Commissar, we just have a bolt pistol, nothing too exciting. We probably don't want to be executing Ogryn because they're too good, but we could potentially use these guys in here to execute stuff if we wanted to. Although I kind of like the Show Them Steel better. Let's just throw a
Let
little
them
Overwatch
come.
here, which isn't really going to matter. Alright, we've got a spot, so how about you run down there? So we're on the stairs. We should theoretically kind of, okay, maybe not, see over the Chimera. Never mind. We're on the bottom. Looks like we can't. So optimal here, 3. Again, we're going to push a little further out.
What you want?
Let's get the Ogryn into position. Use everything they've got just to get up there. Very odd little tinny sound from their movement. I'm going to bring you over, so we also will get the bonus. We've got a force we can advance with here. Overwatch as well. We'll push it, like, way
We'll
up
light them up.
for them. Not that they're going to see anything, probably. Do I want to leave, like, we could leave the Chimera here for some extra fire from this area, possibly. We could also go around, or even head over that way. Let's just advance here and see what we see. Probably nothing. There is a path out here as well. They could advance on me. So sometimes land speeders like to do that. So it's not like an awful idea to maybe have some vision that direction. But we could use infantry for that. It's not really that important. Do I want... Yeah, if we could get our infantry line up to here with some cover, that would be nice. So let's just have you go here for now. No indications of anything, since we have okay sight lines here. How far can we move?
Awaiting your orders.
Okay, yeah, we can get up there. So let's throw some expendable infantry out here. So again, these guys, optimal's only 3. We probably want to push it a bit further. We might do some alternating.
What next, sir?
Yeah, let's just
Moving
have
to
a
the
line
battle
of these
line.
basic guys, and then we'll move the Kaskrin up behind. Or Kasserkin, or whatever.
First line, wait.
Karskin, Kaskrin, Kaserkin, I don't know, whatever. That's the end of the basic guys. We can at least get you in cover or behind infantry. You, I might want to have looking that way, but we didn't see any indications of anything, so we're probably okay. Just have you shoot short, potentially.
Discipline, experience, action.
So you've got the volley guns, so let's get you in there. So they can naturally shoot a little further. We are kind of blocking. I'm not sure how much cover it's actually going to give us there, but something. And of course we've got the overcharged salvos. I don't see our mine ability there. Maybe these guys don't have the mines, the other ones do.
We'll deny them this
Let's
ground.
take a look. Yeah, so the volley guns don't have the mines. Regular ones do. Alright, we'll just fall up behind and we'll overwatch. So yours, it's 3 as well. So I do kind of like the idea of
Where do
the
you
volley
need us,
guns,
sir?
because they have, even though the accuracy is less, they do have that better optimal range. And they can overcharge for shots, which I think is cool, whereas I kind of feel like the mines are going to be hard to use.
Kill zone established.
Lots of shots available. So again, we've got our extra movement, which I'm not sure we would use except to like run away. The bring it down could be quite useful. Let's have you just go
I will
there,
lead from the battle line.
kind of behind a wall of people. Optimal's 2.
Fire! On my mark.
Psyker can kind of come in behind. We might want to use the Psyker ability before we push anybody out. So like if there are a bunch that come in, we could use like the Night Shroud on like a scout or something to have them go out. You can't overwatch or anything. I'm not going to use any abilities on you. Just have a melee attack. So the range on this... Okay, it's actually quite short. That's kind of what I thought. I figured this would be short. But it's only like 2 tiles. It probably has an area of effect. I don't know.
Armored Sentinel, ready.
So yeah, we'll still have to overwatch you guys. Still have the Chimera. Alright. Let's have you... kind of hang out on the edge here a little bit. Well, I don't know if I'm connected. Is it all? I thought it was only infantry units. Maybe these guys get it too, so maybe I should hang out with the group.
Sentinel on the move.
So we get the accuracy and damage bonus from the Castellan. So yeah, let's just do that. We'll set up a bit of an overwatch at an angle there. Now, unfortunately, I don't have these guys getting any bonuses. They're just kind of relying on their las cannons, and that's it. We could go ahead and set up. We might as well, because we're not moving anywhere, at least for a while. Optimal's 5, which from here is there, but we're going to push it out a little further in case something goes there. We also have the setup bonus, so we do the same thing. So we do have penetrating shot, extra crit chance. So we use our setup stacks for extra damage, armor piercing. That's pretty cool. Setup
and stabilizing.
And again, we'll kind of go deep. We're probably going to waste those shots on something kind of useless to target. But, what you going to do?
Transport awaiting order.
I think we run the Chimera around, but we could follow up with this force, kind of pushing through over here instead. We could also use them to kind of get these guys out of here. If they're in really bad shape, we could just load them up and run. So I'm kind of torn on what to do with the Chimera here, honestly. For now, I think I'm going to hang out with these guys. We'll probably end up joining this force over here to advance. But with the multi-laser, it's got good range. Optimal's only 4. But we'll push it out a little further. Like, if stuff wants to jump in at us, we've got a lot of Overwatches kind of ready to go. So we just have the Psyker, and I can't do anything for Overwatch with the Psyker, so let's just end the turn. We should get some shots off anything that jumps in at us. Probably not going to do a ton of damage because of the Marines.
Target spotted.
But I feel like, in this case still, I would rather have tanks than infantry. So I kind of feel like, why waste the points on the infantry? Oh!
Taking fire!
Alright, decent hit. Las cannon completely missed, it looked like.
They're shooting back!
Just picking off some basic dudes. Got all kinds of stuff going on here.
Taking fire!
Okay, plasma guns are definitely a problem.
Taking fire!
Just picking apart that one squad.
They're shooting back!
Even the plasma guns went for them. Okay. Yeah, they're Imperial Guard. They're born to die. It's just the way it is. Did my second las cannon shoot?
Taking fire!
Okay, I think they just wiped out that squad. not that surprising, honestly.
As long as I draw breath,
Okay.
Cadia stands.
What do we want to do? Well, it would be great if we could kill the Dreadnought and have him blow up. You do a little bit of damage. The plasma guns are fairly dangerous to some of my stuff, but if they just want to shoot infantry, then they're not nearly as big of a threat. We do have the Flamer on the Chimera we could move in. We could also deploy the infantry out of there. How far can you get? Okay. Yeah, I mean, we could get right up in their face. Deploy stuff. We could also move up and deploy, like, bayonet infantry to go charge into those guys. We probably want to try to soften them up, though, first. Over here, I think we're pretty good, honestly. So the bring it down is fairly short range. We probably want, if we can finish you off and there's nothing much else over here, we can move in over here and try to use it that way. So my Psyker got just a ton of range on this. Less movement, reduced accuracy, it's all pretty good. I think we want to save it and see who we can kill first. I'd like to get the Night Shroud maybe on the Sentinel. You know what? Let's do that. I feel like it'd be more important against a human opponent rather than the AI, because the AI rarely overwatches.
Trust in me. Together, we will swing the tides of this battle.
But it would let me get in a position where I can see a lot more stuff and kind of scout around a little bit. So from here, since I do have a shot, we can supercharge it. Do I need to? We might be able to use the infantry to just gun this thing down. But I'd also like to gun these guys down, do some further damage. Don't like leaving them where they're at.
Sentinel on the move.
Just gonna take a look.
Search and destroy.
Okay. Looking around, not seeing much. So I could push in really hard and we could get a good shot at the Librarian Dreadnought. So I think I'm going to do that, since we're not seeing much else. Okay, we do have a tank back there. That's a problem. That's an infantry killer for sure. But this guy can also do a lot of damage. 76% chance to hit. Let's supercharge it and let's go for the Librarian Dreadnought. Okay, that was not a ton of damage. So the tank up there is definitely a problem. And we have the wrong tools for that problem over here. So what we want to do...
Lining up, sir.
We're going to try to just gun this guy down with our infantry.
First line, fire!
Okay, not bad. Pull back. The tank is fairly short range.
For Emperor and Imperium.
We could send you to the left. Get some frag off, maybe. Let's see what these guys can do. I don't want to use my ability here, because I think we should do good damage anyway. So yeah, potentially we just kill you here.
Miss.
Nice. Okay, so these guys I do want to keep more protected than everybody else, basically. Gonna move them here in a bit. Grenade. We could move up and shoot these guys, or we could grenade them. I think we probably grenade them.
Moving to the battle line.
I feel like I'm going to do more damage that way. 10 to 14. If we shoot, 80 maximum, split up between everybody. This 10 to 14 each, so it is actually more damage if we shoot. Because we do have that bonus at the moment. Because we're more accurate and doing more range damage right now. So if we have both of you also light that squad up.
Quickly.
And then we'll kind of reposition and maneuver everybody around. Does this take an action? Yes, it does. Okay. Alright, just light them up. Okay, so we actually hit a single target there. So it's not a spread, it's a single target. That's interesting. Gonna back off with you as best I can. Not that that's really going to give me much cover. Let's throw some more shots at them. Okay, one down, one nearly dead. Again, I'll try to keep these guys safe-ish. I'm gonna put you down to sort of be in the way. Not that that's probably going to affect shots much.
Armored
You're out of movement.
Sentinel, ready.
You guys, we can still move.
As long as I draw breath, Cadia stands.
Bit concerned about that tank moving up.
These manifold dangers are beyond your understanding.
If I could blind the tank.
Armored Sentinel,
How
ready.
far back is the tank? So I'd have to move up, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. I can't move up that far. Okay. Just have you hang out here. Is there anything I can do? Yeah, we'll have to see. If that tank comes down, we probably want to blind it. I don't want you standing out in the open. We could give you a meat shield bodyguard if we went around this way, or we could hang out on this side. Let's hang out on this side.
From the battle line.
If I have to get in close and punch stuff to death, I will. I don't really want to. Everything's out of range. Let's go ahead. Actually, I didn't think we could get close enough. Should have done this first. Let's go bring it down on the Librarian Dreadnought.
It down.
We'll have both las cannons shoot there, I think. With your other action, I don't really have anything else I can do, I don't think. Extra movement, not a big deal. So we'll just set up a bit of an overwatch. We'll try to get you guys over.
Experience action.
You're out of movement. Fortunately, I can't get you in. That's adjacent, so that does connect. So that will connect all of these guys together for the bonus, but you're probably going to get killed by the tank, or they might go for these guys, not sure which. Most likely these guys are more valuable. He might go for the Sentinel, though, instead. But this tank is an infantry killer. What else we got back here? So we've got the Sanguinary Priest and the Lieutenant are both hanging out in the back.
I've got it from here.
Let's go with the las cannons
Heavy
here.
weapons.
So currently, 80% chance to hit. We can set up again.
Setting up and stabilizing.
So now we're at 95%. So with 95%, I feel like I might as well just do this. So let's use a penetrating shot.
Right through their armor.
Nice. Okay, we got that other guy that was hurt. Finished him off. So excellent use of the las cannon there to drop him. We've got basic intercessors. They're good at killing infantry. These guys are good at killing armored targets. These guys are good at killing infantry and armored targets, but they got to get close. My other las cannon, I'm a little torn. We could try to take you out, but I think we can kill you with whatever we've got over here anyway. As a priority target, we might want to just pick off some Hellblasters. Either way, we're setting up. 58% is not good. 72 on the aggressors. 67, 66. So we could pick off some aggressors. Not that I'm that concerned about them, honestly. Let's just blast some Hellblasters, I think. Just pick some off, hopefully. Okay, picked off one. Alright, these guys are good to stay where they're at, I think. He could still jump around and cause problems, but we probably want to finish him off. We should have the tools to do that. Okay. How crazy aggressive do I want to be? I wouldn't mind having distractions as well. Let's do this. I'm gonna move up. Gonna fire the turbo laser.
Supporting fire!
Okay, take you out. Still have 3 movement. So I'm gonna move up. Well, we got lots of infantry over here. Aggressors, intercessors, all that kind of good stuff. I'm gonna drop off my bayonet infantry guys to kill off this guy, hopefully.
Next, sir?
Though I'm not sure they'll be able to do it. 0 to 1 damage. That's pretty bad, guys. Actually, are you the... Did I put the wrong guys in here? I did. I thought these were the bayonet guys. The bayonet guys are here. Yeah. Okay, screwed that up. Fine. Well...
They're shooting back! Ah!
We'll still do what we can. I think we're better off with a grenade, but it's only going to do 10 to 14, so... Yeah, just shoot him. Yeah, the bayonets, if that was the bayonets, it would have been okay, but I screwed that up. Thought I had the other unit in there. But they could act as a distraction and maybe get shot up instead of something else. Alright, so the other plan, we still have the flamer. So we can definitely flame you, but I kind of wanted to flame these guys. Won't do a lot of damage.
Under fire!
Okay, that's something.
Carrying the
So
load.
you're probably going to attract a lot of attention. So I do want to mop this up. So bayonet guys. Yeah, we can just get regular shots off. That's unfortunate. We do have the armored sentinel. I would kind of like you to target the plasma guns, though. I feel like that's kind of a major threat. So that's what I'm going to do. If I overcharge this... I don't know, is there splash on this? Yeah, there is splash. Let's just go a regular shot. I'm not going to overcharge it.
We are taking fire.
Okay, we got one more and did a lot of damage. I'm just going to back up. Yeah, plasma guns kind of always a main target for me to go after. They're just so incredibly damaging, but not as big of a deal for infantry. They could definitely kill my Ogryns real quick, though. So that's something I'm kind of thinking about. Alright, don't know if we can finish you off, but we're We're going to try and take a bunch of pot shots at you. Again, 0 to 1.
Firing!
Can't reach him for the
Taking fire!
actual bayonets to do anything.
Awaiting your orders.
I'm going to have you
Lining
park
up, sir.
right behind the Chimera. Get you in to get a shot. It's not going to be great, though. Let's see what kind of damage we can do with these guys at range. Accuracy is not going to be awesome. What's our estimate? 6 to 9 times 9, 51. So we do have the charge. It does charge through stuff. I'm assuming, yeah, it should hurt my own guys too if we want to do that. A bit too far. Blast him. Not enough. 1 health left. Look at that. That's a bunch of crap. We still have the other Acadian shock troops. We can probably use you to finish them off. Probably should have used my ability first here before going out, but it's alright.
Advance.
Let's have you hang out behind cover like a brave commissar.
What next, sir?
Where can we get you? Go there. We'll try to take the shot to finish the Inceptors off. 45% chance to hit. Alright, good enough. Just needed 1 shot, doing 1 damage. Ogryn, run in behind them. So all these guys will still be getting the extra health bonus and stuff from the Commissar, which is nice. We could protect him, but I think we're okay. I'll just set up a bit of an overwatch here.
Victory through discipline.
So, yeah, not much here. I gotta remember next time use this ability first, if we're in a good spot. Still have our Chimera. I think we just have him go to our left side here. So we've taken out a decent amount of stuff. I am very worried about the tank over here, though. It's unfortunate we couldn't do any more damage to these guys.
Rolling into action.
Do have long range with this. We do have a shot at the aggressors. It's too bad I couldn't get 1 more tile forward. I'd take long range bad shots at them. Let's set up an overwatch there. It's pretty far, but maybe we can do some damage on these guys if they come out a little closer. We'll have a better shot chance than where they're at currently. So we've got a couple overwatches, nothing great. Definitely worried about the tank here, but if it focuses on the Sentinel or like these basic shock troops, that's fine. Kills my Kaskrin, or Kasserkin, I'll be unhappy. What you gonna do though? Done an okay job taking out some of the forward units though.
Amateurs don't stand a chance.
Oh, Lieutenant is charging on in. Does he have a Thunderhammer? He does have a Thunderhammer. This is gonna hurt. Lieutenant's all by himself. He's like, I'm gonna solo this position. He does have the tank as backup, probably. And here comes the Horde. Now we do have flamers for the Horde, potentially, if there's big swarms of them. Yeah, a little bit of damage, didn't kill anybody though. Grenades on the Chimera. Alright, good. Ooh, another big hit on the Sentinel. Frag incoming, probably. Yeah. That's just a bad choice of targets. Let's see if the other aggressor moves up to punch them. Be the thing that would make the most sense. they're just gonna, like, move past us. Where are you guys going? A few officer actions there. What are you doing? Okay. That did actually destroy my guy, so, I mean, I guess. And they got a little bit of attacks there, but they would have been better off going for the Chimera there. That's kind of an odd thing to do. Odd position to take. Still waiting for that tank, though. Here comes the tank.
Taking fire!
Going for the infantry. Got a Tech Marine buff, so the Tech Marine must be over there somewhere too. What's my cooldown on Take It Down? That's I want to know right now. Some other plasma guns.
Hostiles!
Okay, that was pretty accurate shooting there. A lot of damage. Okay. Not ideal. We didn't lose a ton of stuff. The tank is definitely a problem. One more turn I can do bring it down. Give some extra movement if we need to. I don't think that's really helpful though. I do have the Power Fist. I mean, I can get up and like... I could do one attack. If I move some of these guys out of my way, I think we could get up and probably hit the tank. Or the lieutenant from behind. The tank is a problem for sure. From here, I can give a buff to... We can get the Ogryns in there. The Ogryns can actually do a lot of damage close up, so we might want to just send them into close combat. I'm going to go ahead and use the ability, because it covers both the Ogryn. My Flamer's on cooldown, which is unfortunate. Okay. The Psychic Maelstrom, a couple, doesn't do a lot. I think I mean, we could do both. We just have to move around. I really want to kill the tank, so I kind of feel like doing the mental shackles on the tank is kind of a waste, potentially, if I can kill them. But we do have this problem here, too, these aggressors. Actually, which way are you facing? Alright, we could actually have my Castellan do damage to them instead, because they're not even looking. We could just come up and power fist them in the back. Infantry here could target the lieutenant and probably do okay. Yeah, I feel like that's probably my best option. Okay, let's start with you guys. Let's get to an
With
ideal
precision.
range spot for the lieutenant. Let's go ahead and fire up the overcharge salvo. Go for the lieutenant.
Keep firing until your barrel glows.
You'll need more than that.
Okay, it was actually way more effective than I expected. We did almost enough damage to kill him there with that shot. That's crazy. So you might even be able to wipe him out, since you can't do much else. Low chance to hit. There we go. Nice. That's why you don't throw your officers out in the open like that. Okay. Now we have some issues. And we could just kind of freely move away because they're not even looking my direction here. It's so weird. You, though...
Moving to the battle line.
Let's toss a grenade at the plasma guns,
Grenade!
because two of them are really badly hurt. Okay, we killed one. I was hoping for a bit more. What are you going to do? Yeah, I'm a bit torn. We've got these good single target damaging units. How much damage
Where
can
do
we
you need us,
realistically
sir?
do to the tank? If we hit everything, best case scenario, like 70 damage. That's enough to be potentially useful. Like, there's a chance of that being quite helpful for us. We do have a flamer with you. I feel like we don't really want to use it, though. Okay. So, las cannons.
We've got your firepower.
We just set up where we're at. 82%. Let's go for the tank. This is the most dangerous thing on the map for us at the moment. Really good hit. Actually, we did more than half his health, which is pretty fantastic. The setup, I still have my penetrating shot. I might not even need it. 100% chance to hit. Look at that. That's amazing. Yeah, let's not even use my ability, because that's a definite kill.
Taking fire.
There we go. Little delayed explosion there. Awesome. Las cannon guys doing a great job from this elevated position. That's pretty amazing, actually. So, yeah, I mean, very, very brave little dudes with your backpack and little light gun fighting the Marines here. Things are going okay for us, actually. Pretty sure there's probably a tech Marine back there. So I think we use the Kasserkin to pick off the Hellblades and then go from there. Or the Hellblasters. Well, I'm saying Hellblades. I've got to get pretty close. We could take a bit further shot, because they're pretty hurt. Let's see what my accuracy is from here. 76, that should be good enough. There we go. Alright, so one plasma squad is down. We can still move around if we need to. We still have these aggressors here, potentially being a problem. But I could also just move back and light them up from here. I'm going to do that. Got a 100% chance to hit. I'm just going to... Let's just do this. It's one down and one hurt. Good job, guys. Castellan. I'm just gonna power fist you in the back, if that sounds alright. He did not see that coming. Okay, let's take you out then as well. More than enough damage there with the power fist to take you down. Alright, now we do want to be a bit careful about how we want to position. I want you to be a bit safer. We could have a tech marine over there. I don't think there's going to be much else. So let's bring some guys in. I'm just going to have you hang out there. Yeah, let's watch that way in case there's something else. Sanguinary Priest is way back there. Guys, get in there as well. Do want to have my hero in the mix.
As long as I draw breath, Cadia stands.
But I'm going to have you lead from the back like a true hero. Used all my actions, so that's fine. We do actually have a command point. First one, just transport somebody and heals them a little bit. Valkyrie strafing run. Decent. Death Strike Missile. Okay, that sounds good. But we've got to get to 3, which is kind of crazy. Maybe. Eventually we'll get there.
Strategically sound.
Now, we've got some abilities we can use here, too. If I was to blind somebody... We still have all these guys to go as well. So I think we can probably pick them off, do some damage to these guys. I'm curious to see what we can do with the Ogryns. So really for what's here, the Intercessor, or the Aggressors, are the only real major challenge, I think. But I don't think I can get close enough to do anything to them. So since I think we've got this okay, I'm going to actually put you in a risky position and just see what I can do from here. I don't think it's much. So my Warp Storm, nothing. Blinding, though. Ooh, we can actually get those guys in the back. I think that's probably my best choice. Yeah, let's go minus movement and accuracy on you doofuses in the back.
Feel the weight of the Emperor's gaze.
So that'll make them far less useful from range, so we can do some damage up front to everybody else. Okay, so we have some basic shock troops who probably can't do much of anything except to these basic Marines. The Sentinels and the Chimeras can do some damage to the aggressors, and the Ogryns we can get in close and do a bunch of damage as well. So let's just see what I can do. I might just mass frag these guys, actually. I feel like that honestly is going to do more than me shooting them. Well, I don't know. 2 to 3 times 32 isn't awful. And I'm actually not even at optimal range, so it should be better if I move up one. Okay, let's see. 85%. Yeah, let's just see what we can do with that.
Taking fire!
Okay, I mean, about comparable to tossing a grenade, honestly. You guys can do a melee attack, so we probably want to do that. We'll just save that for last. So you can frag, then we'll charge in with the bayonet troops. So frag them.
Taking fire!
Move out of the way. We'll give a path for the bayonet guys to get in here.
Awaiting your orders.
Let's join the group, just in case we do actually survive. Let's
Give them the
bayonet
bayonet.
on in. Let's see how that goes.
Push them back!
Hold strong.
Okay, we didn't take too much damage back. Did okay damage to them. So yeah, they're all pretty beat up now. So that was not as good as I was hoping, but it wasn't awful. I was hoping we could finish them off with that. So I do still have
Chimera transport ready.
you, but I can't get you in a position where I'm going to be able to do much in the way of a flamer. We can kind of ignore those guys on the back. So yeah, let's just worry about the intercessors over here. Let's light them up. Alright,
We'll get
move
you
out of the
there.
way. I think we're going to charge in with the Ogryn on them. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. The question is just where do I want to be positioning-wise? Let's go wide, I guess. Alright, let's see what an Ogryn basic attack. I mean, we could do the charge, but we don't need to. Let's just do the basic attack here. See how we do. They're already weakened, so should do a good job. Excellent. Yeah, take them all out. Oh, nope, they aren't dead. They fell down. We knocked them on their butt, but they got back up.
For the Emperor!
Alright. I was hoping that would be a kill. I might have to use the Chimeras to mop up rather than doing damage to the aggressors. I mean, we could do a charge. It's kind of pointless. We could charge them, possibly. I think that would move through the Chimera, though. Where I'm at, we could do some damage. If I do that... then I think we just mop up these guys a little bit with you. Yeah, you know what, let's do that. So our basic attack 45 to 60, 6 armor piercing. If we go with the charge, 45 to 60, 6 armor piercing, so it's the same, but the target's evasion's reduced, but they don't really have much in the way of evasion, so whatever. So I guess it doesn't really matter that much. We can just kind of run up and just smack them in the face. They will attack me back from that position, though. So they're going to do a lot back. We could also just shoot them. Point blank. We could move up and beat these guys up. I don't know. Let's see what the Chimera can do.
Awaiting orders.
So they're nicely softened up. A couple guys left.
What do you want?
Yeah, let's go up. Let's do a close combat attack here, and we'll kind of hang out, sort of keeping the aggressors busy, I think. Basic close combat attack should finish them off. Did that guy just fly through the air? Yes. Yes, he did. He's now up there. Okay, then. So I could go next to them, but that feels like a bad idea. Instead, I'm just going to kind of block their way here, so they can't do anything else other than shoot me or fight the Ogryn in close combat. That's your only choice. Okay, so the intercessors, let's go kill them with the commissar.
Flee or be cut down where you
See
stand.
if we yeah, they were quite softened up. So we have the commissar still hanging out with the Ogryn. Excellent. You can get close enough that you're attached. Good deal. We've already used you, so we still have the sentinel. So I will use you
Sentinel on the move.
to start softening up the aggressors. I could rush around and hit these guys, but then they're just going to charge them instead. So either way, these guys go, you're going to get stuck by Ogryn, you're going to get stuck by Ogryn. So these guys have to fight Ogryn. So I think we just hit these guys and soften them up. I'm at optimal already, it looks like. Do I want to overcharge? Yeah, let's overcharge it.
Overcharging.
Okay, nice. Didn't take any damage. Didn't kill any of them, but I got them really badly hurt. Like, that was a ton of damage for these guys. I can't move anywhere where it's going to connect anybody together. Well, I could. If I move you over, we're still covering that position. Now you can move up.
Sentinel on the move.
So they're all connected to the commissar over here all the way through, both the Ogryn. And we could still move some guys around. But everybody here is connected to the Castellan. If I connect both together, I'll lose the benefit from the Commissar of the extra health, and instead I'll gain the benefit from the Castellan because the Castellan outranks the Commissar. So I don't really want to do that. I'd rather have the extra health and stuff with these guys with the Commissar. So that's fine. Transport.
Rolling into action.
We'll just move up a little bit. So that might all that's left is just the Hellblasters and the Sanguinary Priest, maybe, other than these aggressors who are now trashed. Pretty good turn for us. Lots and lots of damage going out. Oh, there's the Tech Marine. Okay. There was a Tech Marine running around. Oh, they're just going to try to move through. Let's see if we can do some damage. Or kill the ball. That works too. These guys' accuracy is crap, so they shouldn't do much, hopefully. They overcharged.
Praise the Emperor for these plates.
Still did a ton of damage to me. Oh, there's another squad over there. Alright.
They're shooting back!
That's a slight problem. Nothing too major, but a little bit unfortunate. Okay, well, we have plenty of options. And we don't have a lot of targets for my las cannons, so let's start there.
Setting up and stabilizing.
So you guys probably just blast the Tech Marine. Can't hit them. Can't hit them. If we land our shots, we kill them anyway, so let's just
Opening fire.
do normal. Yeah, just absolutely nuke the Tech Marine off the face of the planet.
Setting up and stabilizing.
So, not a great shot. We'll take it anyway at the Hellblasters. Okay, we just erased one of them. Excellent. Sanguinary Priest is still hanging out up there. We'll have to go after him, which is irritating. How do we want to do this? I think we just send the Ogryn in on them because
Victory through discipline.
they don't have long-range weapons. We can try to go after them. We can take some pot shots here. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. Yeah, Ogryns, let's charge ahead. These guys can't do jack because they don't have close combat weapons. So we can just kind of move by. Go stabby on them.
The enemy is closed in.
Yeah, these guys are doomed.
If you think that's best.
I
Yeah?
do. Indeed I do. Pretty happy the Ogryn are pretty cool. About the same size as the Primaris Marines.
For the Emperor.
Alright, we'll have to take some crappy shots. The priest and stuff, most likely. Not much else I can do there. Yeah, it took a
Armored
lot of damage.
Sentinel, ready.
I have crummy shots because you're further back. If I come over this way... Crummy shots also. Yeah, no matter what I do, I've got bad shots at targets. Just because of their positioning. So yeah, I've got a little bit of a shot there, it looks like. And I've got a little bit of a shot there. Do that. Like, the Sanguinary Priest can't really do a whole lot, so honestly, these guys are a bit more of a priority for me. Not that they're that dangerous. 41%, see if we can land it. Yeah, we did get one shot in there. Okay. So we do have increased accuracy over here with these guys. We can just try to, like, mass shoot them down. But we could also grenade them a bunch. So, like, basic guys can
Discipline,
grenade, I
experience,
think.
Action.
I can't even see them from here, really. Okay-ish shot here.
With precision.
And no grenades, so go for them.
Taking fire.
Alright. We get out of there because we might want to use that same position with somebody else to take shots. I'd like to kind of soften them up a bit more. Yeah, we've got grenades. Toss some grenades up there before we do anything else. One more.
Grenade!
Excellent job. Grenades on cooldown, so we could take a crummy shot with you, I guess. It's gonna be crummy no matter what for you guys, probably. A little bit of a shot there. This is with the bonus we're getting from our Castellan, too.
Firing!
Taking fire!
Just doing stuff to spread a little damage around. Before we go for specifically targeted shots with the cast grid.
What next, sir?
No grenade for you either. That's too bad. I've got a shot there. Yeah, looks like
Moving
I'm
to
only
the battle
there,
line.
really. More crummy shots. Just relying on just massive volley fire of las guns. You've got grenades. I don't know that that's close enough, but we'll see. We're just out of grenade range. That's too bad. We do have a shot, though. Dropped a couple. Surprising. But we should be able to mop them up without any trouble now. So you guys, same position. Should be their death.
They never miss.
Excellent.
Quickly!
Okay, you can't get in a position to see anything. Still gonna move you up. Overwatch up here.
We'll deny them this ground.
Castellan, I can't really do much with you either. Let's run on over here. Just Overwatch. Okay. Where's my Psyker? Yeah, I just have the Psychic Maelstrom ability, which kind of blows. Alright, just go over there. Nothing else for you to do. Everybody else, we're going to want to kind of rush through and see what we can do. I don't think I have it. Okay, I do have a tiny bit of a shot there. Take the shot as I move up. Actually, did way more than I expected.
Chimera transport ready.
Other Chimera. Little crummy shot there. Take it as we move. Why not? Might even finish him off if we're really lucky. It's unlikely, but you never know.
Taking fire!
Oh, that was close. 80-some damage is way more than I expected. Who's left? Right.
The warp knows our every move.
Just you guys. Yeah, I don't have the ability to do anything like my fastest units are probably my Sentinels and my Chimeras. And I don't have a way to jump over terrain as the Imperial Guard, like as it should be.
With conviction.
Alright. That'll be it. Yeah, they're all dead. Camera zooming in like they're going to do something. Oh, he healed himself. Oh, that's a bad call. Going to the edge there.
Drawing fire.
It's going to give me way better shots at you.
Hostiles.
I wonder if my las cannons can have shots at him.
As long as I draw breath, Cadia stands.
Alright, we're doing good. Absolutely slaughtering these guys way more than I expected. We do have a shot. So, you know,
Setting up and stabilizing.
these las cannons have done such a good job in this game. Let's go ahead and go for it. Regular shot. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. I don't feel like I even lost that much. So we lost 2 basic Imperial Guard units, totally expendable, and 1 Sentinel, fairly expendable. It's a scout unit. So I feel like that was a great exchange there. I was a little concerned about how we were going to do against the Marines. They didn't push us that hard. I was being a bit careful, but man, so MVPs of that game, definitely those 2 las cannon squads. The heavy weapon teams that I had up on that elevated platform just did amazing jobs. Where are they? Yeah, so one got 3 kills, the other one got 1. Just bonkers. Doing an insane amount of damage, just being able to not move and just get that increased bonus accuracy and stuff. That was really cool. Ogryn's also did a really good standout job. Castellan did pretty good. The Kasserkin, also not bad. Although I feel like you have to soften up a target first before using them on anything. Did even get a kill with the basic infantry guy. Chimeras also do pretty good damage overall. But yeah, I think that went really well. So next time I'm going to try out the combined arms force that I made that has a bit more tanks in it and see how that goes. It might actually be harder because there's more high value targets for the enemy to go after with an army that's got tanks. So I wonder if part of it is that it's just the AI is just going for nearest threat targets rather than high priority targets. Like wasting shots with plasma guns on infantry and that kind of stuff was a little bit odd to see. Maybe it didn't have shots at anything else. But he still was able to do a lot of damage to some of my vehicles, just to actually, close and finish them off, which would have made a bit of a difference if it was earlier. But yeah, next time we'll try that army out. But this went pretty well. So it's been more of Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you again next time. Until then, have a good one.